Your most important job is before you now. And that job is to become your authentic self or fulfill your potential or live the life that you were supposed to because you were given something to live that would make you live a really glorious life. We don't always know what that's going to be. I certainly didn't know. And that message title was given to me on April 19th of last year, on April 19th of 2024. And that's why I'm talking about it. We can develop things in our lives that we have no clue as to how they come about. And you might be feeling that now because our world is changing. We're moving through a big energetic shift in our world, and we are all energy and we're all affected by it. Something that we can come to understand is that we exist in our consciousness. The way you experience yourself is how you have been taught to think of who you are. That's an internal job, and we all have it. But that job can be changed as the world changes, and that's what's happened for me and probably for you, because you've felt the energetic shifts because they've been everywhere. And over time, certain people move through their lives and discover certain things that can be surprising, but they can help us all in terms of how we live our lives. And I was one of those people, except I ran from it. I didn't want to do it. I said, no, this is not possible. Because I knew at certain point, with everything that I had been through, that I could answer anyone's question about who they were and what they were meant to do in this world. I couldn't tell you how I was doing that. I just knew that it was something that was natural and something that I was doing. And in 2020, I knew that everything in our world had changed and I had to do more. But I hid from myself. We all do because we never fulfill our potential because there's always more. As long as you're alive, there's more that you can do. And because it's a progression of understanding of information that we use individually and also in our world. The world's not supposed to look the way that it does now, you might think. Except Wilhelm said, yes, it is, because we're supposed to change it. And we change it when we become our authentic selves, when we decide that we need to have a really great life and we're going to become happy, we're going to become prosperous, because those are the innate talents, abilities that every single human holds. Mine happened to be becoming a mystic, a sage, and a prophet, and to bring in a philosophy that could change your life and change our world. Accepting that was something else, though. But you understand that everything is energy. Even all of your healing, all of everything that you're doing is just about how you're choosing to use it. And the only way you use it is in your consciousness. So the message is this, and I'm going to read it to you because I'd like for you to see it. It's on the website, Any Advice for Today. But I'm going to talk about it because you're moving through changes. We all are, and you've seen them everywhere, and I can explain them. I'm going to read this, and I'm going to do it backwards, meaning I'm going to go to the 2012 message first, and then I'm going to progress to 2023 and 2024, because that is how we understand things. That's how I received information from Wilhelm, and this is how our world evolves also. 2012. You use other people and your relationships with them to reflect on how you feel and think about yourself. This concept can be a precious tool for you to use when you understand it. You have often observed others and noticed their particular interaction with another and how it might differ from what you know of that person. In other words, something about them changes as they interact. You do precisely the same thing, but may fail to recognize it. When you recognize it, you can make any changes or adjustments to how you feel and think about yourself and produce the results you truly desire. As you can see, that is about mindset, and we all will encounter those situations. And so you have to develop the ability to move over so that you own who you're meant to be. So then the next one, on the same date, on April 19th in 2023, they had me put this one, love yourself first. As you view your life and world today, the message we provided in 2012 will resonate. If you choose to comprehend what we meant, your life and world will improve. Please contemplate this message. We will expound more in our live conversation. You have waited for this time in your life. And then the next year, on April 19th, 2024, we're still being encouraged. Your most important job is before you now. We told you what it was last year on this date, and we'll give you the culmination in our live conversation tomorrow. You stand at the most vital point in your evolution and planetary ascension. And then what will happen is if you will listen, I'm going to put the recording of that channeling session in this, the link, so you can hear it. And it will probably feel to you like it was just happening today. That's how I received information. And I didn't know I was doing this. I've never studied astrology. I've never studied any. When I sat down in 1989 and started receiving Wilhelm, it was to help me. I didn't know what it was going to do. And I had to move through everything. I've moved through every dark night of the soul. I've moved through every horrible thing. I know all of those. I've healed everything, incurable illnesses, all of it. And it came from Wilhelm. I didn't make it up. I'm going to give you a link where you can see this booklet I just put together because what I discovered is that there's an organization in the universe. There's an organization within you while you were born, and it's all energetic. And when you come in line with alignment with that, you live your best life. So I became the person who developed the ability to receive cosmic guidance that was related to the events that were occurring in our world, understand them in a way, and then use them to heal myself. And then anyone else can do the same thing when we become aligned with who we are. And so when you read the booklet, you'll kind of be quite surprised because I had no clue this was happening. And the only way that it came about was through artificial intelligence. But the fact is, you can still accomplish anything. That I do know because, see, it was all in consciousness, and that's what you have as well. And so we can change it. We just have to become willing. And what you're experiencing in the world are energetic changes, and certain people who are not willing to let go of what was old within them and accept the new world that we're attempting to create. And you'll just decide if you're going to be the one who will hold on or move into who you're meant to become. I decided I have to move into who I was meant to become, which was nothing that I ever imagined. But when I just knew that I had something that could give any person the ability to live a great life, I have to do it. In the beginning, it was I hid from it because it didn't make sense. How did I developed some neural skill, some super consciousness that I was surprising. But what I know is that it heals everything. And I'm going to work with those people who want to live their best life, help make a difference in their life, but also in our world. See, because when you move through your own activation or ascension, you got to look at all the stuff that you said about yourself that were just wrong, that were judgments, that were just hatred. It's ingrained. And then when we change it, we come to a different place and we start to heal and we come together. Same thing happens in our world. And so you'll have to decide where you're going to fit in that. But what I'm doing is working with those people who want to make a big difference by becoming their big greater self, letting go of all the old stuff, and then ascend to higher states of consciousness and love and prosperity, because those are the energies that start to activate when you embody who you are. That's why that message said, your most important job is before you now. There's no person born who's was supposed to have a terrible life. We have obstacles, we have challenges, and I've had all of them. But I'm telling you, you can move through them because I've done them. See, there's something you can listen to certain people who talk about their programs and what they can do. I've lived it, so I do know. And I care about people so much, and that's been my only problem. I will tell you that that's been my biggest problem. And it's been my entire life because I have given away all of me because I just had this innate need to aid, to help in some way. Since a child, that's how it's always been. Never understanding that I was developing this super consciousness, though, that was surprising. And you will understand that when you see some of the publications I'll do. But I wanted you to have this, and I wanted you to understand that no matter what you're experiencing, it's for your highest good. If you can change your consciousness and up level it, and that's what Wilhelm has given us the ability to do. You do, please look at the links that I'm going to leave in this description, because you will understand as you read some of them that it changes your mind to understand how vital and important you are, and especially being in the world now, because you were needed. Thanks for being here. See you soon.